Hey everyone, it's Miss Trish from ReVue Nation, and we are at the ending of the Kink in My Hair, and we're about to interview some people to find out what they thought about the show, if it was their first time, and get their views and thoughts on the show. Jacqueline, what did you think about the Kink in My Hair show today?
Stunning.
Really? What was your best part? What did you like about it? And the different stories and so on and so forth. Is it your first time?
Yeah, but I watched the TV show and I actually wrote a paper.
Oh, you did? Okay, where can we see that paper?
Well, it's not published yet, but it
will be?
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Thank you very much. So I'm here with Makeda today, and she's going to tell me how she felt about the Kink in My Hair.
I thought that it was really nice because for the black people and for the same person as I and it told like a lot of how you are and how like you feel, and you don't have to be afraid to let it shine.
That's good.
And the play was really good.
Would you see it again if you could? That's good. Thank you, Makeda.
You're welcome.
And this is
Thais.
And you play
Stacy
in the Kink in My Hair.
In the Kink in My Hair.
All right, and I'm just going to ask her a couple questions. So what made you sign on to the Kink in My Hair?
I signed up to the Kink because it came to NYU, which is the school that I attend. And when I did it there, it spoke to me in a way that no other people had done before spoke to me. And so when I was asked to come on tour, I couldn't say no.
That's cool. And what were the hard parts and what were the easy parts of this entire production?
The easy parts for me were the dancing pieces. Because like,
you can dance.
I am a dancer.
You can dance. I can tell you're a dancer.
So that was easy for me. The hard parts, I would say, was really embodying a child. As in, not being a child, but actually being a child.
Okay, gotcha.
Not like playing a child, but actually being a child.
Yeah.
So that was one of the most challenging parts for me.
The process into getting in, like, the cake line? Was it hard? Was it easy?
Alright, so it was not easy, that's for sure.
Okay.
It was definitely challenging, but it's the type of challenging where it was fun. So okay, so like now people have a 9 to 5.
Right.
We have 2 hours of performances on stage, 9 to 5. You know, because we're like singing, dancing, acting at the same time. So gearing up to that, our rehearsal process was a yes, it was really rigid. Dancing, acting, working on ourselves and our instruments. But that was great because now this is the product.
And it's really good. So, in one word, describe Trey Anthony.
Warrior.
Warrior? Like strong warrior? Okay. And what's next for you?
I'm heading back to New York. I will be completing my final year at New York University. And upon that, I will be on Broadway. In 2012. In 2012.
In 2012, you're going to be on Broadway?
Yes, I will.
Okay. And what advice would you give to upcoming actresses?
To upcoming actresses such as myself, I would say be dedicated. But because anybody can have talent, anybody can be good, but it takes a person who's dedicated and a person who is practical with themselves and disciplined in order to actually make it. So I would say, like, it's okay to be good because there are lots of people that are good, but when you are good and you have something else to back it up with, that's what makes an actress who she is. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Trisha.
All right, take care. We will see you on Broadway next year.
Yes, you will. Hi, Trisha.
We really love you. We love everybody, so we say that all the time. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions, very easy ones. So what made you sign on to the Kink in My Hair?
Well, there was never an opportunity before for a white girl to be in it. So when this came up, I was very excited about it. And I'd worked with Trey about 5 years ago on I'm Not a Dinnerman.
Okay.
So she gave me a little call and she was like, maybe you should come to audition. And I said, of course. So that end, I think that it's definitely something that you don't always see. Generally, you don't get a cast of black women and like one white woman. You never have shows like I've never seen a show like that. So I thought that it would be a really important job or a task, I suppose, to take on as an actor, to know what that feels like, to be in a position of complete awe and of discovery with something totally different.
For you? Okay. And what were some of the hard parts and what were some of the easy parts doing the entire production?
Okay. I think the hard parts, I'll go with those first. The hard parts were reminding myself that Susie is a character and not me. So it's not myself who's isolated, it's not myself who's been put in a place that is other.
Right.
It's the character who is put in that place because of her family.
Right.
And then encounters a little bit of it when she first enters the salon with some of the girls in the salon.
Yeah.
So for me, it was making that clear divide as an actor and to not let it seep into my personal understanding.
Right.
And I think that was really the only hardest part, like, because the good parts are everything else. Yeah, I really loved working with all of the women. I loved working in New York. I loved being able to tour with this, and I loved going to the National Black Theatre Festival. It was so amazing.
Well, in one word, describe to me Trey Anthony.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, that's good. And what was it like a day on the set of Kink?
Wow, long. Really, really long.
Okay.
Like, we would get here early. When we were doing our tech days, we were told to be quiet. It was very hard with all of us girls, because there's 9 of us, and we're all like, hey girl, exactly, how you doing? It was very hard to stay focused, but like we get up, we'd be here for 8 o'clock in the morning, and we do tech, so we get our sound checks, our level sets, all of that taken care of, and then it's break for lunch, and then right back into it. We do dance numbers, choreography, make sure everything is together, and then after that we do runs.
And it's the whole day.
And it's the whole day. And so while we're doing shows though, we get like an hour to call ahead of time, and then we prepare, we warm up together, we try to do lots of things together, because it really is an ensemble piece. So if we're together on this, then we'll show up together on stage.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's next for you?
What's next? Right now, I'm just sort of taking a wee break after the show is done.
Sure you are.
Taking a tiny break, but a show that I've done in April looks like it will be coming back in November. So I'm hoping that is still the case. And I would like the original cast. So if that's the case, that will be in Toronto.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And like, what advice do you have for upcoming actresses like yourself?
Oh my goodness. I think it's just never ever let anybody else hold you back.
Good.
Like, the only person that can hold you back is you. So if you believe in you, then you will be fine.
That's really good. We appreciate it. Thank you. Sure. So what made you sign up to be
Well, initially when I auditioned for it, it was really something that I saw and I could see myself doing. Theater isn't really my forte. It's not anything I went to school for. You know, a lot of those girls are NYU students. I don't have that kind of background. But I've always been one to kind of take, you know, a challenge, see it as such, and take an opportunity and a chance on myself. So I just kind of took a leap of faith to see what happened, and I ended up getting it. And I was surprised, but I wasn't. Like, some things are just predestined, you know. Trust me.
And describe to me Trey Anthony in one word.
One word only.
I like the part where you say, "This is my show. It's my show."
Trey Anthony is, to me anyway,
I love it.
She is mom. She is mom. Surrogate mom.
Okay.
You know, she's very nurturing and caring and giving and loving and all these things. And very patient. You know, there's not many very patient women. Trust me, I can attest to that.
And besides you, winding up yourself in the play.
Oh, I do that.
Winding up ourselves in the play.
Every Saturday.
Do you identify yourself with any of the characters played?
Oh my God, yeah, definitely. All of them, I see a little bit of myself in, you know what I mean? Certain elements, certain aspects. Everybody can at some point identify with at least one person in this play, I feel. I identify with all the women. There isn't one that doesn't touch, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's next for you people?
Oh gosh, well, I'm actually dropping a single on the 29th. Hey.
What's it called?
It's called Do It When the Rest Won't.
Okay.
And
Do It When the Rest Won't.
Do It When the Rest Won't. And yeah, I'm excited about it.
That's
so
good.
it's just that and this, and we'll see where this takes us.
Okay. Well, we do appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thank you. So, describe to me Trey Anthony in one word.
Exceptional.
Wow, that's a good one. Exceptional. And what made you sign up to the Kink in my hair?
Well, originally I saw, because I went to NYU along with
Wow, a lot of them.
Yeah, like 5 of us went to
That's really good.
And in September, when we came back to school, I read a description. I got an email saying that they were having auditions for this story called The Kink in My Hair. I was like, oh, what's that? I don't know. And then I just read Novelette's the description of Novelette, and I was like, I need to audition for this.
Wow.
I've never heard of it before. And actually, the summer before, the summer of 2010, I actually went to Jamaica. And it was the worst trip of my life. It really was. It was terrible. But had I not gone to Jamaica, I don't think I would have auditioned for that role to begin with. So when I auditioned, I think I got a side for Miss Enid, and then I got another side for, I think it was Patsy, and then so I did my monologue, and then after I did, for my callback, they gave me Novelette, the side for Novelette, and I did it, and I guess the rest is history. But I really connected to that character, I think, because of my trip to Jamaica.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And what were some of the hard and easy parts of like being in the production?
The hard parts, I think, was just really the real work of it, and having to, I think the hardest part for me is just doing the show so many times, because this is, for me, my first real professional working gig. So I think that's the hardest part. The easy part is just allowing, really performing and just enjoying it and enjoying this character, enjoying this work. I love it.
That's good. Do you ever find yourself on stage? Have you ever forgotten any of your lines? I don't think you have. Yeah. I doubt it. It's just
I think I have once or twice, but not anything that you would have noticed. Yeah, not anything you would have noticed.
Exactly. You that's why we're like, well, now you have to ask. And what's next for you, Alana?
I'm going wherever God leads me. I'm going back to New York and get myself a place, audition, and so be it. So.
There's something else that comes up in Toronto.
Yes, if there's something else that comes
up
in
Toronto, she's gonna come back. ..
I will come back. I will.
She will. Thank you very much, Alana.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right.
Good. Hi, Granny. I thought I would have to wait years before somebody. I love how you went to themselves. I really do. What's your name? I'm Janelle. I play this video. There you go. So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, okay? Alrighty. So tell us some of the hard parts and the easy parts about being in the production.
The hard parts.
I'm sure there's a lot of hard
parts. It's emotionally draining. It really is. You have to sort of train yourself to kind of take yourself out of the reality of these stories. Because after a while, you just kind of come home and you're like, goodness gracious. That was really honestly the most difficult part for me. And also sort of being able to play a woman that's 72 years of age was pretty hard.
I'm sure, yeah.
The easy part for me was connecting with all of these beautiful people. Because we all have such different personalities, and we all sort of channel a different part of ourselves when we're together. So sort of meshing and becoming our own kind of like rainbow. It was amazing to watch, and I have many videos and many pictures to prove that. But that was definitely the easy part.
Oh yeah. And what made you decide not to live in my hair?
I originally joined during the NYU production, and I heard about the play over the summer before, and I heard that they were bringing it to NYU, and I read the synopsis, and I was like, there's no play that I've ever been a part of that speaks this much volume to me, and I haven't even read the entire play.
Wow, that's cool.
I was like, so I have to be a part of it. I was ready, like if I didn't get cast, I was ready to sign up as a stage manager. I was ready to hang lights. Either way, I was going to be
a part of this production. So yeah, so that's pretty much the rest is history. That's pretty much what happened.
And describe Trey Anthony in one word. Tika took 5 words. Describe her in 1 word.
Okay, let me do it. There's so many words. There's so many words.
That's why we asked, because we want to see. Yeah, you guys should be finished now. Just
unwavering. That's not it.
Okay, use another one.
That's another one.
We'll give you, okay,
3
words.
Okay,
we'll give it to you for 3.
Fierce. Determined. Gosh, and a godsend. I know that's 2 words, but she's a godsend.
Sweet. What's next for you? What's coming up next?
I'm going back to school. That's what's next for me. I have 2 more years left of school.
Really?
Yeah,
What are you doing in school?
I study theater. Yeah, I study theater. So I'm going to keep training, keep doing what I love to do, and hopefully there's another adventure like this.
We hope to see you again. You did very well.
Thank you so
much. We really loved your character. We died.
Thank you. I love to hear that.
Thank you for doing the interview with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Sister Patsy.
Yes, you do. Amen. So, what made you decide to do it?
Like Janelle, we all go to, a few of us all go to NYU, and I read the description about it and was like, oh, I have to be in this. Because usually I feel like in theater schools where it's not too many people of color, we don't really get as many opportunities as we would like to. And when I saw it and, you know, I just read the descriptions of it, I was just like, I have to do this. And, you know, I got picked to be a part of it, and then Trey invited us for the tour, and it was just like, I am loving every bit of this ride. I didn't even know it was going to go this far, but hey, I'll take it, you know? So it's been great.
Now I'm going to tell you something. You made me cry when you did your part about your son and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you identify with any of your characters in the
Patsy, literally, she fell in my lap, and we relate so much to the point it's almost scary because initially they had me do callbacks for Stacey Ann and for Nia, and then I got cast as Patsy, and I was like, okay, I'm not even really sure what her story is. And then the first day of rehearsal, as we were reading through it, I just like started crying because I actually had an older brother who was killed in a car accident at the age of 21. And I remember, you know, just watching my mom grieve her son. And then as I'm like reading this piece, I'm like, oh my God, I have to do this? How, like, but you know, they always say it's a blessing in every trial and every tribulation. Had I not gone through that, I don't think I would have been able to relate to her as personal and as closely as I have been. So it's like,
You did that so convincingly.
Thank you.
I have to tell you that. You really did. So describe Trey Anthony to me in 1 word. Now all your other cast members took 4 or 5 words. I'm giving you 1 because I gave everybody else.
Okay. Trey Anthony. 1 word.
I know it's hard.
Bold is the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay, give me 3 more. Yeah.
Okay, so bold, beautiful, and breathtaking. She's breathtaking. That's my favorite one out of the 3. Breathtaking, because she just, there it is, breathtaking. I can't even find the words, so yes.
Okay, and what's next for you?
Next for me, I'm finishing up my senior year at NYU, so going back to school, flying home, and seeing where this may pick up later on down the line. And, you know, Broadway, hopefully. So, you know, we'll see. But school is the first thing. Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You did a really good job. Thank you. Hello. How are you? Good. What's your name? Victoria. And you play? Nia. Yes, you do. Nia, I got some questions for you. I'm going to call you by your stage name. If I can just find these. Actually, no, I know them. So, what made you sign on to the team?
Well, it started back at NYU.
Again, like as everyone. I'm going to go there because look at where these girls ended up. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
They sent out, I was checking my email, and they said main stages for this year. And I was so excited because this would be my first play ever. I didn't do theater before I got to college.
Okay.
And I read it, and it was like African American, Caribbean, like kink, preferably women with like natural hair. And I was like, this is me.
She's like, oh yeah, it's me.
I'm like, this is me. I can do this. So I went in for the audition, And they gave me 2 pieces to read. They gave me to read for Nia and to read for Sister Patsy. And a couple of my other friends were auditioning for it too. And then we got a large sense of what the play was about. And they gave us a script to look over, and I was like, my goodness, this is amazing. Wow. This is a really beautiful story. And I was like, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna let God take care of the rest. If it was meant for me to do this part, it was meant for me to do this part. And I fell in love with both stories that they gave me. I was like, Nia, Sister Patsy, these are amazing stories. I was like, you know what? Let go, let God. That's my favorite quote. And I feel like I've just been on a ride, and God's been the driver, and I've been in the passenger seat this whole time. So that's how the Kink found me. And yeah.
And tell me, like, what's the hard part and what's some of the easy parts about being in this production?
Some of the easy parts are just getting along with people and just being able to go on stage and do what I love. And some of the hard parts, I feel like being with the play for as long as I've been with the play, haven't touched your heart. And this is heavy stuff that we're doing every single day. And one thing that you don't want to do, I feel like you don't want to have either. You don't want to let it fade to the back of your mind so that way you don't think about it. But then again, you don't want it to overwhelm you each and every time, because that is stressful. If I were to just let it, the play engulf me the way it should engulf the audience each and every time, I don't know if I could come back for second shows later on today. So a hard part is finding that balance where I can be in it and wrap myself in and around the play, and yet still keep it fresh each and every time I do it. And not be sunk under it. And this is such a wonderful play, and it's so uplifting at the same time. It's like, it'll throw you a punch and then it'll hug you afterwards.
Exactly. Really up and down. The emotions go up and down. Yeah. Describe to me Trey Anthony in one word. I know it's hard. Everyone else, I give you a chance later. 2 more, but one big word.
Trey Anthony, 1 word. Vibrant.
Okay, now 2 more words. Because you seem like you had a lot, so give me the rest that you were.
Vibrant, driven, focused. I feel like Trey Anthony, she knows what she's talking about. And she knows how she wants the audience to respond and what she wants to give out to these people. And the reason why I say vibrant is because she's so filled with life and filled with so much. She's just radiant and just shining through, and it comes through her words. And if not for the actors, you can pick up the play The Kink and read it and you'll still be touched. And it's our jobs to give even more life, to give life to her words and put it on stage. But what people are connecting with us, and they're connected with us because of these words, because Trey Anthony wrote them, because she lived with it, because she saw what she saw and knew what she had to say to everyone, and nothing was stopping her.
For sure.
Putting up this play here at the Onwave Theater, nobody was going to tell Trey no. She was like, I want to go on tour with this. I want to put this cast together, and I'm going to do it. I mean, people, you could not even ask Trey. People have said many different opinions about the Kink.
Oh, we read them.
I have many different opinions about the Kink, and you know what? She was like, I didn't write this for the critics.
Exactly.
I wrote this for real people. Real people who may not go out to see theater all the time, who may not see themselves in theater or on TV or wherever, but I'm writing this for them.
Exactly.
And they know, because she knows and we all know, and vibrant, just beautiful spirit. And
it's really nice. Yeah. I can tell you feel it when you say it, for sure. Like you feel that. And what's your advice to actresses like yourself coming out? You know, I know you're in school and so on and so forth, but like what other advice would you give them?
Advice that I would give to actors, I would have to say is, do what you know in your heart. Do what makes you happy. If you want to be an actor because you love it, do it. Don't let anybody stop you. If you don't want to be an actor and your mom's telling you to do it, do what your heart tells you to do. And you know what? like I said before, I never wanted to be an actor. And one day, God spoke to me and pretty much was like, this is where you need to go and do it. And I've been just following his road and just follow your heart, follow God, and if nothing else, follow God. Because he'll always tell you what you need to do. But for upcoming actors, don't worry about what anybody else has got to say. Worry about your connection with your audience, what you want to bring to the table. Do what makes you happy, because there'll be people around you to try to tear you down and break you down left and right. But as long as your heart is pure, and as long as you know what you want to do, you'll go far in whatever it is. Be good, and good shall come back to you.
Correct. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you
so much.
You have a great day.
This is Nakia, and she is the
marketing intern, actually.
For
senior marketing.
Senior, put that in front of there. Always make sure to put that in front of there. Talk to us about the Kink in My Hair.
Goodness, it's come through such an evolution over the past 10 years. It started off in Fringe. I'm not sure how.
The Fringe Festival, of course.
They went to Mirvish, got held over 5 times there. It was a TV show for a couple of years on Global, and then Trey's brought it back this year at the start of a tour, a North American tour, with the birthplace of Toronto being the start. It's such a great piece of work. It speaks to so many people. It's timely, even though it's written 10 years ago. It's relevant, it's important, it's strong, it's truthful. There's so many things I could say about this. It's been such a blessing to be a part of the team. It's amazing. It all happened on Facebook too. Everything happens on Facebook.
Everything happens on Facebook. Zach, Zuckerberg, or Mark, or whatever. Good job. And what do you, like, what could you tell people, like, in terms of, let's just say it's someone's first time seeing the Kink. What would you say to them about it? Warn them. Like, if you had to give them any warning words, what would you say?
It wouldn't be a warning. It would be, get ready to be blown away.
That's good.
Get ready to have your emotions tugged in all kinds of directions that you never really have before seeing a theater piece. Be ready to laugh, be ready to cry, be ready to be connected to 9 women's stories that you never thought you would be connected to in that magnitude, I guess, in a couple hours sitting here. It's one of the best works that I've seen. Again, so blessed to be a part of the team and be able to run around like a crazy woman. And
she doesn't look like she's been running around. She looks like she just got clammed.
No, I've been running around all day, but it's great, and I would recommend it to anybody. You need to come, bring a friend, bring 2 friends, bring 3 friends. I know you have like 600 friends, like
right? Because exactly,
so
you know that.
Like, good 3, 4, 10, whatever.
Yeah.
Come on out, see the show.
Beautiful house.
You won't regret it. Guaranteed, you will not regret it.
And describe to me in 1 word, Miss Trey Anthony.
Powerhouse.
And what's next for you?
After
this is done?
All kinds of things. I've got some other works. I started my own business recently.
Good job, okay.
It's called Socially Yours. The website is www.sociallyyours.ca. Sorry, www.sociallyyours.ca, because it's Canadian.
Exactly.
Social media marketing, marketing as well as event planning. We do have a hair show coming up that we just started working on, and some other things in the works. So do look out for us if you need some, assistance with your social media or some event planning or whatever it is. Give me a call.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
Give us a call. And then I'm, just doing whatever else comes my way. It's interesting. I don't have a regular job right now.
Okay.
And
you're preaching to the choir right now.
And I love it because it's a chance for me to explore all the avenues I've worked in. I've done communications. I've done dramatic arts. I've done public relations. So this particular opportunity has been a marriage of everything. Wow. So I've worked backstage, I've worked front of house, I've worked on the stage today.
You were on stage today?
I closed the show today because Trey was in here, right?
Oh,
so
nice. Okay.
Whatever comes my way is what I do. So,
we like that.
Anything?
We like that.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. We do appreciate you again.
Yep.
Thanks so much. Diane, who is?
I am a volunteer with the Kink in My Hair, and I'm also the new personal assistant for Trey Anthony.
And how do you feel about the whole production and everything like that?
I saw the play when it was mounted a few years ago, and I absolutely loved it. I love the characters, I love the storyline, and coming in behind the scenes has given me a much different perspective. the kink in your hair is, and when people hear about the kink in your hair, they automatically think it's an ethnic show, all about ethnic women, but really and truly the kink is every issue in your life that a woman has faced, and she has found the depth, the strength, being in touch with God or whoever she finds her strength from, and she overcomes that issue, and it's no longer a kink, but it has become a part of her essence, her strength.
Right.
And that's what the kink in my hair represented for me. I came on board shortly after I challenged myself to do one thing before the year was out that I was uncomfortable with. And about 2 weeks later, Zakia called me and she said, I need some help flyering. And I thought, oh no. Diane does not do flyering.
No flyers.
You know, no flyering. The embarrassment of having people walk by you,
Of course.
responding rudely.
Right.
And I said, well, you just challenge yourself. You have to live up to that challenge because I have children and I can't allow them to see me say one thing and do something else.
Of course.
So it started with me flyering, and then when the show started, I was asked to help backstage. And with Nadine, who's an amazing costume designer. And one thing that I have learned, many things I'm learning through this show, is you do not discount the things that you have learned in life, whether it's through school or as you grow. Everything comes into play because I used to have to take sewing classes in the summer to keep myself busy. And I am now assisting Nadine with the wardrobe. Ironing, sewing, anything that they need,
right.
Helping the girls put their costumes together. And from that, it led to the opportunity where Trey needed a personal assistant, and it was offered to me, and I gladly accepted. There was a moment for me when I was sitting in the back and waiting for the girls to come up for their wardrobe change, and they were doing Stacey Ann's song. And there was a silhouette of the women on the wall, and it was so poignant for me because the silhouette reminded me of the strength of a woman, her spiritual strength, her maternal strength, and the fact that we can endure so much, and people don't ever see the hidden side of what we're enduring. And that's what the silhouette of the girls carrying Stacey Ann meant for me. If you haven't seen the kink in my hair, you need to come and see it. Not just because it's mounted by an Afro-Canadian woman, but it was mounted by a woman who understood issues that women go through and represented it in such a manner that it doesn't matter if you're Oriental, Asian, European, Caribbean, you can connect with every character. And the one addition that she brought in is a character, Susie, who is mom of a biracial boy. And she talks about the other side of being the mother of a biracial boy, the side that we never ever hear about. And that's the side that you need to come and see. You need to come and see it to explore the issues, explore your emotions, ride the emotions of the kink in my hair along with your fellow women.
Thank you, Diane. We appreciate you.
Thanks.